yes, but I'm gonna cover them. I'm gonna cover them. We got I'm gonna cover them. It makes me think maybe we should have did the video that way. But it's all good.
Okay, so all right. So one of the things that we talked about a lot is how do you actually create a mid six-figure program? I'm gonna move this chat away. How do you actually create a mid six-figure program, an anchor program, especially if you're a coach. I get coaches all the time. They're like, oh, I'm coaching, and then what they're really stuck in is that they don't know how to turn that coach. I'm gonna put the chat up just in case people have questions from a chat perspective. So if y'all pop questions in the chat, we can usually see them. Make sure you put your name so we'll know who you are. Anyway, one of the things that people ask me all the time is like, I'm coaching, and they usually have like one-off coaching programs, like you're doing one-to-one, you're doing DFY.
Yeah.
You can't scale with DFY. No. I mean,
it's fun at first.
It's fun at first. But it's
fun until it's not fun anymore.
Right. And it's really, really, really hard to scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times what coaches are stuck with is they're stuck all in. It's almost
mm-hmm.
trading time hours.
Absolutely.
Right. And so it's hard for them to scale. So I'm gonna talk about creating mid-six products.
Cool.
And then how do we turn that mid-six product into something better?
Love it.
All right, cool. And I have my handy whiteboard.
Yes.
All right.
This is called improvising, y'all.
Yeah, what you gotta know about me is if there is glass in the Sharpie, truth is on. All right, truth. So we'll talk about this, but this is something we guys have been working on together anyway. So we'll talk about it as we're writing it. We know y'all can't see this. Without that, we're giving you some behind the scenes action. We're not normally did at all.
But you know what? You got a few new people that have been on your timeline as well. So introduce yourself.
Oh, so
before we just go into the
my name is Donna St. Louis. I am CEO of Firebrand. Firebrand helps people who are experts in their industry become high profit, high ticket coaches. And generally, you work with coaches who are already making some money and they want to turn that coaching business into a more high profit business. And they generally want an anchor product. So I would say this anchor product is really for people who are probably already coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Made some money. They've already made some money, and now they're like, I recognize that I need an anchor product. Yeah. Because that anchor product, like we put our anchor product, and that anchor product has since August 8th, has done well over $100,000. So we're literally talking about a product that is going to take your business and is really going to catapult it and skyrocket it. And I'm going to show you how you create that anchor product and then the strategy that you need behind it as well. Because not just like, I'm going to go create it. There's stuff you got to put behind it.
Right, absolutely. And the reason why I love this is that, Donna is my coach and we have been brainstorming some ways to be able to maximize what I do. So what I do and what my superpower is, I am a social media business strategist, and organizations and entrepreneurs come to me when they have offers that they're ready to launch and want to create visibility with cash generating social media strategies. And we are here at the Social Media Domination Mansion Retreat, the last day of it. And so now this is what happens behind the scenes. We're brainstorming because here's the thing, when you come out of an amazing program like a retreat, your wheels start turning. And so this is what you're about to see. You're about to see our wheels turning.
Right, yeah. And one of the things that sucks, what's up? So,
what's up?
Right. Somebody who heard that sucks. One of the things that when we do this, and this is one of the things that we're working on for Chanel's business, right? So, it's levels. Like I tell people all the time, like you think you can just walk in like, I'm just gonna create one of these. I see people do this all the time. They create these video-based products. And then they're like, I created the products, I did the videos, and nobody knows about it. I'd be like, right, because creating a product is a tactic. Mm-hmm. There was no strategy behind it.
Right.
So let's start to talk about the first thing, like what is an anchor product?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all just should know what I'm writing over here is anchor.
And I'm gonna peek over here at the comments. to see what's going on in the
Oh,
comments.
what's going on in this over there?
Oh, some hearts. Okay, okay. Oh, finally call a LinkedIn Live. Says Twyla. What's up, Twyla?
So we're going to talk about what an anchor product is. So the number one thing that you have to know is that an anchor product, it is the central core of your product offering. That's number one. I'm like, who's here? Okay.
Right. Who's the creepy family in the back? Okay.
Your anchor product is the core. It's the central portion of your coaching business, and it does something very specific. It drives people through your methodology. If you do not have a methodology or a framework, and you are a coach, you're not a coach.
Yeah, back up.
Because without a methodology, and I get people all the time, they're like, "But I'm coaching without one." No, you're winging it.
Yeah.
Without it. That's what you're doing. You're winging it, and you're doing a disservice to your clients by winging it. Oh, by the way, I'm not pajamas. Okay, so I just realized I'm like, I gotta play that thing.
It's all good.
Right.
We're in the mix.
So your anchor product, number one, it helps your ideal client understand your language. It helps them go through your methodology to reach a specific goal, because that's what your framework does. Your framework should get people from I'm stuck here to I'm unstuck here. Right? And I get people all the time like, well, what is your methodology? It helps people get unstuck. In which way?
Right.
And where specific, how they're unstuck, what? Like you've got a tow truck company, like what explain to me stuff, right? It teaches people your language, which is very important.
Right.
Like there's a whole language in Firebrain. We talk about things like that signal. Dream clients versus ideal clients, methodology, framework, expertise, talents, tools, techniques, like all of that language that you have is in your anchor product. And here's the best thing about an anchor product. An anchor product allows your client to come into your world at, I'm not going to say a low price point, but at a mid-level price point, and it allows them to make a decision. At that point, they can make a decision whether they want to work with you on a higher ticket offer or whether they want to stay where they are. And that's the big thing about an anchor product. So when you start looking at an anchor product, the first thing you want to do is you want to lay out your methodology, and you really want to make it into a workbook type format.
Okay.
So the first thing I want to write down is that workbook. You want to have a workbook type format. Why? Because quite honestly, they should be working through your method.
Right.
That's simple. Like they should be working through it to get to a particular goal. Then once you have that workbook laid out, then you want to go and create the videos. For the work. Right? Here's the tip on creating those videos. Most people feel like, I'm going to explain this whole section in one video. You are not. Right?
Well, you might. Someone might. You won't. Someone might.
If you're on my program, you will not. What you will do is and here's why, every box that you have or every section that you need to fill in should be its own video.
Right.
And this one video should not refer backwards or forwards to another video, because if you are working your soul and you're a coach, your methodology will change, grow, and morph over time, and it evolve. You need to be able to go and put those inserts as needed. As well, you should be explaining only what is happening here in this one section before you go on to the next one. This allows your customer not to get overwhelmed. So if you explain this box to me and I have to do something in it, then I can go and do that before going to the next video. It allows me to go at my pace. And the challenge that we get as coaches especially is we think, well, I understand this and I know it and I learned it.
And this is basic knowledge.
And this is basic knowledge for me, so everybody else should just get it. It takes your customers longer to consume, to learn, to understand. And here's the big part, they're going to want to ask questions. So we got the anchor product, which is the workbook, videos, and questions. So And a lot of people are like, well, I have an LMS, so they can ask questions there. That's not where they want to ask questions. They actually want to ask it in the community. And that's where your membership comes in.
Yeah. And they want a real person to talk to.
They want a real person to talk to, right? And so we are really big, Firebrand is really big on community. Like we are really big on, we have a community where you can go and you can ask questions. You can send me private DMs. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to answer your question as much as possible. If I feel like that question is going too long, I'm like, okay, we just need to get
or answer it in the video. Like
or
sometimes you do. Just pop a quick video.
Yeah. A lot of times I'll do a live. We do a live to do that. So now we got our workbook, we got our videos, we got our questions. The other thing that I put is collateral, right? So sometimes they'll have the workbook, they'll have a book, but then sometimes I'll say, here's a particular picture to really explain this. People overcomplicate the videos.
Yeah, I can see that.
They got a PowerPoint slide, they got a whiteboard, they got jugglers in the background.
And I'm about an hour long.
It's about an hour long. It's too much. It's too much. Your video really should be just you talking to the screen, explaining that box. That there are professionals that can do video overlays, they can do stuff underneath. People usually get overwhelmed when they're doing their videos because they're trying to do too much.
Right.
Your ideal client just wants you to talk to.
Yeah, they just need information.
They just need information. So what you should consider when you're doing your product is this. What is the order of operations? Your workbook. Having a workbook helps you, as a person who's coaching, make sure that they can actually get from here to the goal.
Right.
You don't. It keeps you organized. That's number one. You know it works because you filled in the blank. When you're doing each box, you need to make sure. Here's what the box is for. Explain the box. Define it. Make sure you're using your language. Here's why you would use it. Here's what happens when you don't use it. And here's an example of it being used. Those are all the things you want to have per box. And you do this all the way through. And one thing should build upon another, going through your methodology. That's how you make your videos. You should not have, like I have very few videos that are 15 minutes. Most of my videos are like 4 to 6 minutes.
Little short bites.
Short bites that they can consume and move on, and consume and move on. Use stories, use examples, use hours, anything you can to make sure those videos really work. Then the big thing is making sure that you have a place where people can come and ask you questions. You think you have laid it down in that video. You think I have explained it. No one shall ever have a question.
Right.
I swear you they will. You need to have a place for them to go. And then, like I said, the last thing you want to do is you want to have collateral. Collateral are any downloadables, fill-inables, pictures, tools, tips, techniques, things that they can use to make this whole educational process easier.
Right.
So that's your anchor product. Okay. So now we got your anchor product. Let's talk about pricing your anchor product. So an anchor product, generally right now, the number that most people are at for an anchor product, first of all, you have to think about the value, and usually it's 10% of value. So if I go, listen, in my 60-day program, I know that if you get X number of clients, you can make $40,000 a year. On the baseline, it's going to be $4,000.
Okay.
Right?
Reasonable.
And that's going to include 2 months. And I call it a 60-day program.
Okay.
I expect you to be able to get from here to here within 60 days. And I'm going to give you 60 days access to the membership.
If you're doing the work.
Oh, I legit have people. It's so funny because I'll have one person that will hit me up and they're like, oh, yeah, I got through like module 1, which is 15 videos, and module 2, which is in like 2 weeks. And here's our methodology, and they lay everything out. Perfect. And then I'll get other people like 2.5 months later, they're like, so I'm working on my big viral promise. I'm like, oh, that's in the 3rd video. Right.
What have you been doing?
What? You're on the 3rd video? And do that? Like, come on. What are you doing? Right? And so if you do the work, yes, you will get through it. And what I love is I have people who are experts in their field, and they'll get through the videos, but what people really, really, really want is validation.
Yeah, and to be able to test it and say, okay, is this working?
Does this sound like you? Am I doing this right? That's what they want. And so that's why you need to have that community portion to it. And I mean, I know a lot of people use Facebook groups. I'm not a Facebook group person. I have a private community that's not on Facebook. But you want to make sure that they have the ability to communicate with you and get answers to their questions.
And learn from the group as well.
And learn from the group. Absolutely. Absolutely. Is that Tiana? No, that's Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing? Look, I have a single glass.
I know.
I know it's 3 names, and I'm like, that's either Tiana, which are funny, or Cheryl Williams. Right. All right. So you have your baseline, $4,000. All right. And remember, this is for $4,000 for the program. I give people forever access to the program, and then 60 days of membership.
Nice.
Okay. Now, but there are people who go, no, I need the next level. Right? And they're like, I'm gonna need a little bit. I need like to be able to get on the phone, right? And I need to be able to talk to you. Yeah. One-on-one, we gonna talk. You gonna help me. Right? I get that a lot. And so generally my coaching is about $5,000 a month. So what I do instead is I'm gonna give you 4 coaching sessions that you can use within the 60 days. Okay. Right? I'm gonna do that for an additional $2,000. So they get 4 coaching sessions for an additional $2,000. I don't know where I put everything. Here. We got it. And y'all, I know y'all can't see what I'm writing, but this is important for this thing that we're doing over here.
And trust me, this really is a dining room table.
It really is a dining room table.
So I listed, validate me, send me back to the drawing board to get it right.
Right, yes. Absolutely. Twyla, listen, Twyla, heart can be like, is this right? Okay. How about this? All right, good. I keep going, right? She's like, let's go. She is like, validate, making sure I'm right. She goes, because she doesn't want, because especially for a lot of the stuff that, if you have a methodology that you use, you're building upon stuff. You're constantly building upon stuff. So what happens is, if I get this wrong down here, this is wrong up here, and so now I got to go start all over. So yes, a lot of people will do a step, and then they'll want to say, testing this step. Here's my next step, and now I'm testing this step. Right? Like, when they do that, what I love about our community is that, we're so, like, you ask a question, you get an answer. Right. Like, we're like, this is what I heard you say. Right? Is that what you meant to say? Who is your ideal client? Are they aware they have that problem? Is that what they want? Right? Like, and I love that.
Yeah, and it's a safe space to be able to test your message.
It's a very safe space. All right. So $4,000 is your base. $6,000 you get like 4 sessions. There's always a setup session. Cool. Okay. Yeah. And I'm one of those people who listen, don't use your setup session for setup. Use your setup session for free coaching. Go through a couple of modules, then you say, I want my setup session. Right. Like, they're like, you tell me how to get over on you? Yes. Yes, I maximize the program. I want you to maximize. So you got 4,000, you got 6,000, because now you're adding on these 4 sessions. Right? Which is really 5 sessions if you count the setup session. Then there's the $8,000 program. So the $8,000 program includes 1 year membership. Because what they had thus far is they've had 2 months of membership and 4 sessions. Right. Those 4 sessions run out after the 60 days. So now they're like, I need one. Yeah, I need it. Right. So they get 1 year worth of coaching, and then they get 2 more sessions. So now they're getting 6 sessions plus a setup session and a year worth of membership
and all of the information
and the whole fire starter program. So now they're like, ooh, I got time. Right. I can breathe a little. I'm not under the gun for 60 days. I'm a person who thrives under pressure. So for me, the 60-day thing would be like, I'm gonna get this done in 60 days, right? I would put that pressure on myself. But not everybody works like that. Right. Like, some people are like not psychotic, so they're like, I really would prefer not to have that pressure and then go on.
But you know what I love about this? In your access, it helps your program evolve. Right. So then you can come back and say, hey, like, I tried this, I implemented some stuff. Now let me come back to Fire Fan and re-implement and evolve the program.
Right. Yeah, I do, and that's a cool thing. Like, people are like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I slid in some people's DMs. I got some client calls, can you help me with this part? And that's what I really love, that people are using those sessions for more than quote, more than help me build it.
Cool.
They're like, I have this, I haven't done the videos yet, but I'm ready to make sales calls to test out my stuff, and then I'm going to make a video, which I love. They're testing out their methodology, they're making sure it works, and then they're coming back and going, okay, now I'm going to build it. Love it. Right? And then the other program that we have is what I call my 16K program. So my 16K program, this is really for people who are like, okay, I need all that, but what I really need also is I need you to help me create my funnel, I need my email. Like, we had to get a basic one template, but no, they're like, I need you to help me with the funnel, I need you to help me with copy, I need you to help me
like, a little bit more.
I need that workbook. Like, they're like, I need more done for you stuff, right? So they did everything, but there's also a done for you part. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now, people might go, well, how does this equal a MID-6IX program? Well, we have very few people that have actually bought a $4,000 program. Most of the people are buying an 8 or a 16, and we've done 20 something of those since August 8th. Right? And so this definitely drives a significant amount of business. But what we found was this, and this is what we're doing new. So you got this. You had a picture of this already. Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do with this, because we're finding that people are going, I got all this, I get all this, it's working, but, and you know, I'm going to just draw a picture. Let me show you so you can see what we're writing on paper. So see, we actually do write stuff down here. That's what our whole life is right there. Like, can you write that down? So okay, so then, and we sit down and go through your methodology and your workbook and your videos. This is what happens. Now I'm going to erase this. This is the product that we're putting out right now. Right now. Right now. Right? So it's called the MID-6IX Mansion Retreat Launchpad.
Sounds sexy.
Yes, it's the MID-6IX Mansion Retreat Launchpad. The reason that we're doing the MID-6IX Mansion Retreat Launchpad is because what we're finding is people are going, I want more help, more handhold. Like, I want to do this, but I want to do it in a structured program. Right. Like, they're watching the videos and they're learning the videos, but they're like, no, I really want you to work with me with this. So what we're doing is we're going, okay, first, fire starter. You got to go through the fire starter 60-day program. That's the foundation. And the reason you have to go through the fire starter 60-day program is because that's where you're going to need to build your methodology. Like, legitimately, you cannot do this if you don't have a methodology. Like, I don't know how many, like, you cannot. Like, you cannot be a coach making real money if you don't have a methodology. And if you are a coach out here and you're going, but I don't have a methodology, I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why your clients hate you, because you're scamming them. Okay, so I mean, let's call it how it is. You're scamming them because you don't have the methodology. You're winging it every time you talk to them. So we have the Fire Starter 60-day program. Then from the Fire Starter 60-day program, which isn't going to take 60 days, right? I really need to get to the methodology portion, which is in the first 2 modules. Gotcha. Okay. So now they go from the first 2 modules. Now they want help setting up your methodology. Big, major. Right. So we're going to work with you literally. Like we did it. We sat here on the table today and it was like an hour or so. Absolutely. And we walked through the methodology. Like, here's your methodology for this particular product. And this is what you're doing. So we literally sat down, Shannon and I was like, here's your methodology. And I mean, it took up a big table. We laid it all out. And that became important because then now she's ready to go and do videos. Yeah, absolutely. Now, and a workbook. Well, this is where people are going to get hooked up. Yes. I don't know. I happen to be a video workbook person. Right. But yeah, most people will be like, time out. You want me to do it? Right. And you want me to do it? Time out. I thought you was going to do the videos. I thought you had that. You ain't no. Right. So that's what we already know that. Right. I know So there's 3 things they need: videos, workbook, and a basic funnel.
Mhm.
So what we're going to do is we are going to take their methodology.
Okay.
And we're going to actually do these for them.
Okay.
This is a dollar for you portion. Now, some people are going to be like, well, I don't need the videos or workbook. That's where I don't need the videos. I can do that. I need whatever. What we're doing is we're setting this out as optional.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll just put a price point on that.
Because sometimes we think we can do it.
Listen.
And then when it's like, hey, yo, I need those videos, you know what?
Listen.
Let me just go on and have somebody else implement.
I did my whole workbook.
Yeah, I remember.
I was so proud of my workbook. My workbook was so sexy. And then my marketing team went and did workbooks for my clients. And then I was looking at workbooks. I'm like, well, why are my workbooks trash? They're like, because you wanted to do it yourself. And I'm like, I need my workbook done. I need my workbook done now. I mean, like, my clients' workbooks look fire. They are so good. And so, yeah, my team was like, remember how you said you wanted to do it yourself? Well, that's what you got. Well, and I'm like, well, now I need it done. So anyway, so yes, as a person who can do it, I'm still like, so we'll take your methodology, we'll show you how to create the basic Google Doc, and then my team will work on your workbook and your basic funnel. And then I have literally a professional storyteller that's going to help you go and create those, like, what is the words that you're using in the videos, right? What camera is, what microphone are you using? You have to have a videographer. So based on what they'll need, we'll figure out, well, what's the extra price for videography and workbook? Okay. Now you've got your methodology, you got your videos, you got your workbook, you got your basic funnel. That's going to take you about 6 weeks. Yep. Now you're coming to the management retreat. And this is where the launch pad happens. Okay. At the launch pad, you're going to do your 315. So you're going to do a 3-minute video here. You're going to do a 3-minute video with our videographers. You're going to do a 15-minute video, and you're going to do a 3-minute video. These videos are literally your sales videos. Perfect. Because people are so excited about creating a product, and I'm like, yo, you're selling it. We got to market it and sell it. Like, we have to actually market it and sell it. Right. So you're going to do your 315-3. Then on top of that, we have Kenneth Grant's inspiration. Love it. Photographers. The best. The best and most beautiful photography professional. I see people all the time, and they put their pictures up that somebody with a camera took of them. Right. And then, like, when you're ready for professional photography, you let me know, and I'll send you my pictures. And ready for a photographer that really takes the time to understand your brand. Take the time to understand your individual brand and capture the whole vibe of you, your brand, your outfit, your products, your services in one photo. By far, and brilliant at it. I'm model. These people are by far the best I have ever worked with, and their prices are great. Right. Like, I mean, they are great. I use my pictures. Yeah, I use my pictures on everything. Yeah. And that's the other thing. I see people get these pictures, and I'm like, but you can't use it anywhere, sis. Right. Like, and what are you? So, was that you at the computer typing? Oh, that's great. Haven't seen that before. So anyway, so then we have all your photography for your brand. Right. Well, who cares if you got pictures and videos if you don't know what to do with them? So then we got our social media domination strategists who are going to come in and make sure that you actually market this correctly. And now that you market it, I want to surprise you. You got to be able to sell it. Right. So we do a whole sales thing. What I love about the sales thing that we do at the Launchpad, because for this 6 weeks, your social media strategist has been helping you announce your launch. Right. Yeah, right. Well, you'll be more than likely, you already got some people interested before you even got to the mansion. Right. You will sell this before you build it. That's the thing. So by the time you get to the mansion, we're literally saying, we're taking you down through, you've already gotten some sales. We're literally taking you through, like, let's practice some of the sales. Let's fine tune that sales. Let's make sure you really you are really able to sell it, like sell it, right? So now you're able to sell it, and here's the best part: the product that you're creating is 90% passive. It's 90%.
Yeah, it's because you built it.
Yeah, you built it. So now when you come to the mansion retreat, you're doing your promotional videos, your tip videos, you're getting them on a call video, you're doing your photography, you're finalizing your social media strategy for the remainder, so you continue marketing it, and now you're at the point where you're able to sell it. Here is like business in a box. This is your anchor product in the box, because that anchor product then determines whether people are going deeper in your organization or they're staying at a higher level.
Right.
It really is that central core, and most coaches are lacking the central core product. They're lacking it. So this is what we do, and what I love about it is that it legitimizes your business. Like, that's the one thing I can tell you for sure. Like, a lot of coaches, their businesses lack the legitimacy because they don't have a methodology. They're not 100% sure they're being by promise. They're not 100% sure who their dream client is.
Right.
They don't have a way of literally saying, here's a framework that gets you from here to here. And we already know your millions is in your methodology, and your funds is in your framework.
Right.
They don't. This gives you all of those things. So from like an emotional standpoint, almost like you can breathe. Like, oh my God, I finally put a real foundation to my business, which isn't just slinging time on my calendar. Right. So that's number one. But then it has to be financial. So like I said, I'm going to use us. We've sold over 25 of these, if not more, within 60 days. And I had to. When my chief marketing officer came at me and said, you should go and create a 60-day program, I was like, why? I do mansion retreats, bro. He's like, you should do a 60-day program. And I said here out of my mouth, that is never going to sell. I said it, I'm like, that's not going to sell. No, that's not going to sell. He's like, okay. And then I went and I did my whole tantrum. Then I came back, I'm like, fine, if you sell it, I'll build it. And he had never been able to sell it. So then I was like, okay. So then I went and built it. And then it has been our number one program for people to really get in and understand Firebrand and work with Firebrand. And even to understand what it takes to have a really profitable coaching business. I have so many people that come to me and they're coaches, they don't have a super
And that was what I was going to say from a coaching strategist standpoint. I love this and being able to implement it in my business because it really does want you to get the structure. And then it's like you know what your go-to is versus like every time you're on the phone, you're trying to customize something.
Like, well, it sounds like you need, and I tell everybody, like, you need to go through the Firestarter for sure. And it's not even that everybody that comes in has to go through all the Firestarter. I get people that are like, I need you to go through the first part, and I need you to go through this part, so we're speaking the same language, right? So that's critical. So anyway, so then from a logical perspective, what we're looking at, and don't say this out loud, because if I say it out loud, then he's gonna be like, well, you selling it for what? So what we're actually doing is, don't tell him, don't tell him. But what we're doing is we're looking at 4 payments, $5,000.
Okay.
And then we'll do an add-on of another $5,000 for people who want us to do their videos that work with your basic funnel. Now, a basic funnel by itself
is almost
will run you $5,000. Right. Without the video.
I was about to say, right on the video editing and the graphics.
Right. So for the video, the workbook, and the basic funnel, we're going to add on $5,000. So then it's going to be 5 payments of $5,000 for everything all in, including everything I would here at the launch pad. Nice. Right? Here's the best part of this. Quite honestly, if you sell like we're selling, honestly, very few people buy that $4,000. Almost everybody buys the $8,000 product. You literally do 3 sales, and you're basically paid. You were paid for it,
and probably have sold pieces of it.
And you probably exactly. And at that point, you're just taking off. This is one of those that the return on investment is so stupid. It is so stupid. This has literally pushed me to mid-6s so fast on an evergreen product. Wow. And I'll be the first one to say, because I tell you, I made evergreen products before, they didn't work. They just didn't work. And then I was like, oh, now I see why it didn't work. And you put all these things in place to make an evergreen product actually work. So that's what we're putting together. I think we're looking at doing the MID-6IX launchpad in like, I'm going to say that March, April, May timeframe. So if people are interested in it, they need to have 5 payments or whatever. It gives an opportunity, and if they need to have it shorter, but they have to get this first part done. That is the 6-week part of the program. What's nice is the earlier they start, you know how I am. The earlier you come in, the longer you have to do this part, and the more coaching you're going to get.
And the longer you have to understand everything.
Right. But the thing is, the moment that they come in and start is the moment they start getting coaching from me. Like from the moment they start, right? Where normally they would get that. They get membership, they get all that stuff included. So this is really what you want to set out. And I think, I don't do as many mansion retreats per year as I used to. I think we'll probably do 2 MID-6IX launch pads next year, and that's going to be the max. I know for sure we're going to do just one. I know for sure because I'm in this year, right? I know for sure we're going to do one. I'm not going to guarantee 2. I was supposed to do something this year, and that did not happen. So anyway, that's how you create a 6-figure product for your business. But you got to have that baseline anchor product, and it is a game changer to have one of those. And so many people don't have them. All right, so what questions do you have? And you got to look all the way over here, and where my whole glasses. Okay.
So no questions on this.
Okay.
But yeah, Catherine said, teach us. Yes.
Hey everybody, so cool. I just want to make sure that everybody's good. We are done. We have delivered all the magic that we can. If you want to know more about this, if you're really, really interested in more about this, just go to Firebrand, which is YRDBRAND.net, and just reach out to us. We're really, really easy to reach. The easiest person to get in contact with is going to be Doug. He is my coaching officer. He's not in sales. He's a coaching officer. He's amazing. But Doug will give you more information. He's super helpful. He can tell you everything about Firebrand and FireFam. Even if you're like, oh my God, I just want to be in her membership, you can. Just go and reach out to Doug, and it's Doug at firebrand.net. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. That's how you create a 6-figure product.
All right. See you later.